why do you think a federal investigation is the way to go?
Because what Governor Abbott is doing is illegal and it's also inhumane and it's un-American. What he's doing very specifically is he's violating 8 U.S. Code Section 1324. He's committing the federal offense of alien smuggling, domestic transporting, harboring, conspiracy, aiding, and abetting. There is a process to seek in for asylum seekers to come into the country. They're processed and they are given humane treatment, and you're able to do some sort of background verification. There are loads of children that are coming in by way of Texas. He's circumventing federal law and he's putting them on buses. He's transporting children across state lines. That's child smuggling. You can't do it. I can't go to a school and pick up my neighbor's child without prior authorization. You can't move children around state lines, let alone students children that he know have come in here unlawfully or seeking asylum. I also would like to say a very special thank you to Congressman Womack of Arkansas, who did the nominating for the Speaker of the House today for Jim Jordan. He clearly articulated and said what's happening coming from Central and South America on how people are coming up here, they're being smuggled and trafficked. I simply want it to stop. We can greet people and treat them humanely, and what he's doing, he needs to stop breaking federal law on harboring, aiding, abetting, and paying bus drivers to bring people here. And furthermore, I would like to see the bus drivers arrested for their conspiracy and profiting by transporting people. They're dropping people off in 30-degree temperatures at night, 50 degrees during the day, in rain and wet weather. Many of these children are qualified and are capable and will be accepted into our schools, but if they're sleeping outdoors all night, they're going to be sick. They're going to catch the flu. This in turn, not only we're going to send this letter out to the Department of Homeland Security, Department of Justice, also to Health and Human Services, because he's going to give us a health crisis.
Do you believe, as a congressman, you are expecting a response, whether or not they say, yes, we'll do an investigation, it does put that on their plate?
Absolutely. And so that is part of our job as a federal representative, is to coordinate with these federal agencies. This is not a city issue alone. This is not a state issue alone. This is interstate, which makes it federal, and this is an international issue. I serve on the Foreign Affairs Committee. I'm very well aware of what's happening in Venezuela. Venezuela has been under a boycott and sanction for the last 15 years. We're the only nation in the world boycotting and sanctioning Venezuela. People have had to flee because they've had the equivalent of 3 great economic depressions in the last 15 years. They've been taken out of the world's financial system. I applaud the Biden administration for this past week on easing some of the sanctions and restrictions on Venezuela. These people would love to go home, but the economic sanctions that the United States put on them made it intolerable. It made the people suffer, so they had to leave. There are staging grounds from South and Central America where there are over 400,000 more people that are wanting and willing to come to the United States because they cannot come home. The solution to the problem, I don't want to fix the blame, I want to fix the problem. We need to lift the embargo, lift the sanctions, and help them get on with their democracy on a timeline that creates their country to be stable. In the meantime, we have to stop domestic child smuggling. People are saying, this is my auntie, this is my nephew. Some of these children, I don't know if they've been abducted, but Representative Steve Womack, Republican from Arkansas, highlighted this today in his nominating speech with potential Speaker Jim Jordan.